Greetings, Temple Beth Shalom. Rabbi Boxed here with Torah portion of the week, Parashat Hashavua. We are in Parashat Misphatim from the book of Exodus, Exodus chapter 21, 1 through 24, 18. The first section of this Torah portion is chapter 21, 1 through 23, 33, and we are talking about civil and criminal matters, the way that we treat male and female slaves, Hebrew indentured servants, if you will, capital crimes, bodily injury caused by people and livestock, property damage, seduction of an unbetrothed woman, and then assorted religious and social precepts, prohibitions of sorcery, bestiality and apostasy, proper treatment of the disadvantaged, obligations to God, judicial conduct, treatment of the enemy, needy, and stranger, religious calendar with appended food prohibition, divine promises and warnings, and then chapter 24, verses 1 through 18, is the covenant ratification ritual. And that's actually what I want to focus on for this week. It's the last 19 verses of the Torah portion, chapter 24, 1 through 18. And it begins with Ve'el Moshe Amar Ale et Adonai Ata ve'Aharon Nadav ve'Avihu v'shiv'im miziknei Yisrael v'hishtachavitem merachok. Then God said to Moses, "Come up to Adonai with Aaron, Nadav, and Avihu, and 70 elders of Israel, and bow low from afar. Moses alone shall come near Adonai, but the others shall not come near, nor shall the people come up with him." And the ritual is there's an altar that's to be set up at the foot of the mountain with 12 pillars for the 12 tribes of Israel. Now, I want to say one of the most famous lines of the entire Torah comes from this section. Moses goes and repeats to the people all the commands of God, of Adonai, and all the rules. And all the people answered with one voice, saying, Kol hadavarim asher diber Adonai naaseh. All the things that God has commanded, we will then do. So then Moses sets up this altar for the 12 pillars, and Moses, Aaron, Nadav, and Avihu, and the 70 elders of Israel, they ascend and they see the God of Israel. And it says, under whose feet was the likeness of a pavement of sapphire, like the very sky for purity. Yet God did not raise a hand against the leader of the Israelites. They beheld God, and they ate and they drank. And God says to Moses, "Come up to me on the mountain and wait there, and I will give you the stone tablets with the teachings and commandments which I have inscribed to instruct them." So Moses turns and says to the elders, "Wait here. I'm going to go up and get the tablets." And when Moses ascends the mountain, the cloud covers the mountain. The presence of Adonai was on Mount Sinai, and the cloud hid it for 6 days. But on the seventh day, God called to Moses from inside the cloud and said, "Now the presence of Adonai appeared in the sight of the Israelites as a consuming fire on the top of the mountain. Moses went inside the cloud and ascended the mountain. And Moses remained on the mountain 40 days and 40 nights. And why is it important to stress that he's up there for 40 days and 40 nights? Because it is at this point when the people begin to understand the significance not only of Moses' leadership, but of God. And then, of course, what happens a little bit later on is one of the worst situations or experiences that ever occurs in the Torah, and this, of course, is I'm referring to the golden calf. The Israelites get very, very nervous and anxious because God has been up there, or excuse me, Moses has been up on the mountain for so long, and the people turn to Aaron to create this golden calf. And of course, that sets up the scene for Moses breaking the tabernacle, breaking the Ten Commandments, excuse me, and having to go get a second set. But this is the very beginning of that time where the people they're excited and anxious and nervous because they don't know what's going to happen next. And of course, the next few parshiot lead us to the point where the people get so agitated, having waited for so long, that they begin to doubt God and ask for the golden calf. That is this week's Parshat Hashavua, the Torah portion for the week, Parashat Mishpatim. I wish you an early Shabbat Shalom.